Afghan refugees in Canada is already underway. And for more on what that looks like right here in Ottawa, we're joined live by the CBC's Amar Khan. Amar, what can you tell us?
Well, we know that Canada is not going to be airlifting any more people right now, according to the acting chief of the defense staff. While the Canadian government acknowledged there are many still at risk, they don't have any more flights planned. Here in Ottawa, on a local level, resettlement of refugees is already underway. So far, 28 people are in the city and in the process of being resettled, which includes finding proper housing and more. Carl Nicholson of the Catholic Immigration Center is dealing with many of these refugees. He says they learned a lot from the Syrian refugee crisis in 2015 and are prepared to help Afghan refugees, even with COVID-19 making it a bit more challenging.
We're kind of ramping up our internal communications. We're looking for people who speak the languages, Dari Pashtun. We are translating some of our materials in those languages. We're building up our own kind of systems internally, and we're working with our sister organizations in town to kind of get ready.
With Canada halting flights, I spoke to retired Major General of the Canadian Armed Forces, Denis Thompson, who served as a commander task force in Kandahar. He's been involved with the Veterans Transition Network, who is helping to get Afghan interpreters and their families out to safety. He says there are about 2,000 people in the Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada database in Kabul. He shared some thoughts on how fellow veterans are feeling about the situation unfolding and people left behind.
I can say without any hint of hyperbole that there's an awful lot of veterans that are disappointed, depressed, whatever the word is, that something that they gave their sweat, blood, tears to has failed. Because let's be honest, the project to rebuild Afghanistan was a failure.
He says it's not the soldiers who failed, but the policymakers. As for the flights, Thompson said he anticipates them to resume at a much later date, noting that while the Taliban are a dangerous entity, negotiations to ensure safety of Canadians and those who helped Canada will need to continue.
All right, we'll keep an eye on this story for sure. That's Amar Khan reporting live for us tonight.